Alright. So I'm just going to be playing the first part of this game, the prologue, since I played chapter 2, maybe? Is it chapter 2? I'm not sure if it's chapter 2, but essentially after the tutorial stage I played the game multiplayer with a streamer named Mr. Hardcore Mode. So I'm just going to be playing through the first level, since you can't play the first level multiplayer. You have to go through the tutorial stage first before being able to join someone else's session, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't have a VOD for the first mission, so I'm going to be doing the first stage so that I could put this before my multiplayer sessions with Mr. Hardcore Mode. Yeah, so let's go through this one. You played 95% of the game on evil mode. We had to put it down in the last part because it was very difficult. Okay, subtitles on, let's scale. I think these are all good. Okay, I couldn't play it. It's just a quick tutorial mode. Well, yeah, there's a quick tutorial of how the game works. It's not gonna be pretty tough, I think, even with the highest.
Since the time of the founding fathers, dark forces have been preying on America.
Even at the highest difficulty.
As the fight against these vampires continued, a secret organization has trained people with remarkable skills. The agent's duty is to protect ordinary people from the forces of evil.
Oh, it's the same publishers of Plague Tale? Didn't realize. This is the developer. I've forgotten the controls, to be honest.
Arrow said we can trust his source. It ain't the son of a bitch's sources I don't trust. Retirement is doing wonders for your attitude. Retirement is great. It's getting dragged out of it for the great goddamn trade heist that traps my ass. Old Chester's in a chattier mood than your sour ass. Don't worry about the other boy. Dynamite's a great conversation starter.
Alright.
While we're on the dynamite, Chester will be none too chatty with his guts sprayed all over a train carriage.
I know how to shape an explosion, Edgar.
It's coming. Wait for it. Now!
Harrow's not gonna be happy about the bridge.
Arrow can suck my dick. He's the Secretary of War, not the Secretary of Bridges. Let's go have a look-see. I go high.
Alrighty. Let's go here.
Nah, it's not that bad. I can make it.
Gotta say though, even with the highest settings, I feel like the game looked better in the trailers. I don't know. Maybe it's the lighting. There's a lot of oranges in this game. Maybe they could
Let's
have
give it a try.
doing some adjustments with the color palette of the game.
Stop whining and start moving.
Probably would have done wonders for it.
Smell that? Shit. There's
Amateurs.
Just punch away. Don't have a gun yet, I think. Yeah. Yep. I don't know. The main problem I had with main gripe I had with multiplayer is the dodging. It's really the input lag is terrible. I don't know if they've fixed it already with the recent patches, but playing on the release patch or the release version, like this, it's not as smooth as this one. So something to look out for people who are gonna pick up the game. Actually, the VODs after this, because I did do the multiplayer first before I did this tutorial mission, or captured video captured this opening mission. So I already know what the game's like in multiplayer. And I gotta say, if you're the guest, I think as the host you won't have a problem.
1857, 1864, 1881. Arranged in order of vintage like fine wines.
You won't have a problem if you're the host, but if you're the guest, your input is gonna be super laggy, even with good.
Dead. Fuck.
And we had a good connection. Like our ping was like always less than 20. It was a good connection.
Boy, you better make all this worth our time, Chester.
What else was the problem? I'm thinking of like issues. That definitely changes the gameplay at higher difficulties. It's like dodging, of course, is like a main mechanic you need to master. Otherwise, you get killed immediately. So it was really, it was a big problem, I think. I don't know about single player. Probably not, because like there's no lag at all. And hopefully they are aware of that issue. And I don't think it was an issue from our end. It was an issue of like connection. Like instead of like having this smooth, right? This is like a smooth thing. I keep doing this because it wasn't like, because this is like one dodge, then this is double dodge. It wasn't picking up the input
That felt good.
accurately enough to like do the dodges consistently. So I ended up like doing this the whole game, like instead of like properly dodging. Definitely cost us a lot throughout the whole gameplay. There's some other minor bugs as well. Actually, some of them not so minor. Sometimes the game just stops functioning properly.
Gotta cross the river somehow.
Some enemies don't spawn properly. So what happens is that you get soft locked in an area.
Okay.
I think this
This
VOD
would be a bad time for this thing to collapse.
This VOD has turned into a mini review of the game, to be honest. Some of the areas definitely soft locks you. And then what else? Playing multiplayer also increases like the health and damage of enemies, if I'm not mistaken. So that definitely makes it tougher as well. So having bad input or having input lag, like terrible input lag, I don't know if input lag is a perfect term. Essentially, my character is not acting as or it's not moving the way I want it to. It's not acting the way I want them to exactly as I press the buttons. So I think that is input lag, right? Whatever the term is, that's the problem. Like, the game doesn't register my dodges right away, resulting into none of these, a lot of like the basic evade, which is fine with some of the battles, but like some attacks you really need to do the full dodge.
Get the hell away from me! You're over, pal.
Okay. Thought I was gonna die there.
Great, more ticks.
Looks like you could use a hand.
Definitely helps though. Having co-op. One is like what we did is like range. Then my the one I played with Mr. Hardcore did melee for the most part. I think it works. Though yeah, so if anyone's gonna watch the VODs after this, you're gonna notice like my character's really jumpy. Like it's not smooth as this because of the aforementioned input lag. Man, the executions though pretty good as well. I think the game's okay in general. Just have some big problems with the mid multiplayer. I don't think they've fully tested it out for multiplayer. The single player is probably fine for the most part. But I didn't finish the game multiplayer, single player, so I wouldn't be able to fully tell. But overall, though, some challenging fights in there, though. I think only in this difficulty. I did try some normal difficulty in some areas. It's definitely like way easier, even with co-op. We breezed through the last stage.
Worst damn barbecue ever.
At normal difficulty. But then that's also coming from just doing most of the game at evil difficulty, so understandable. I can't even imagine the last level with the evil. Got the pistol now.
Now that's what I call a game changer.
Welcome to America, dipshit!
Oh, and somehow the best rifle that you can get later in the game doesn't work if you're the guest. That was the biggest bummer in the playthrough, I think. I couldn't even upgrade my stuff to the best it could be because it doesn't even work. Probably fixed now, I'm not sure. I haven't checked the patches, but something to look out for, all the things I've mentioned. You dirty hoe. This is a weird line. I always made fun of that during the playthrough. You dirty hoe. Almost gave me a different hug there. Bam.
I bet one good punch could get me through.
Exploration wise though, it's not the most, it's pretty linear for the most part. Just really get like money upgrades if you explore.
Okay, let's dance.
I think without even knowing it, we collected most of the things. We missed like one major thing, but I think for like a first playthrough, that's a pretty good blind playthrough. So I don't think we did the most thorough searching. So I think I would consider that pretty linear, which is not a big problem really. Depends on the game. I think for this game it kind of works. If you want to get through, just want to get through it. Just want to play some vampire killing game with a friend or solo.
I can smell you, Chess, you lousy skunk. Come here.
What else can I say about this game? I guess I complained about the multiplayer. Maybe the upsides. I can talk about the upsides. Combat, I think generally is good. You definitely get a variety of weapons throughout the game, which is nice. Depends on what you want to prioritize and how you want to play. So that's appreciated. We got pistols, get a rifle, and without spoiling anything else, get a bunch of other weapons. And you got your melee, which improves as you play the game. Probably should. What am I missing here? I feel like I should be able to do, yeah, that one. You can uppercut people to the, well, those are not people, those monsters, the bigger monster. Oh, I can see how this will become a problem with the multiplayer or single player.
Jesus, Edgar, watch out!
Oop.
You're welcome.
Is that it? Oh, this is the big boss level. Yeah, imagine this though. Well, without saying a spoiler, I'll say so. I guess it is. Just expect a lot of this, guys, I guess. Oh, you get stunned. expect a lot of this guys, but oh, yeah, I guess the variety of enemies as well. Actually, come to think of it. They definitely ramp it up. So it depends on your take on that one.
Alright, Chester. Now I'm pissed. Then let's get that son of a bitch.
There's not a lot, but like they at least have different strat for like each type of like big boss or big enemies, even smaller enemies actually. That's definitely for those who are looking for a challenge. There is some difficulty, most especially at the highest difficulty. It will definitely like test you.
Young Rentier, still on your father's leash, I see.
Heard you were on your way to the gathering, Chess. What's this? Catering?
Why, I have no idea what you're...
That big shiny ball out there is no good for your sensitive skin.
The sun's not to know what they'll do to me.
Fun game. Let's test that theory.
No, Richard, stop! Belmontville! The gathering's in Belmontville!
Excellent choice, Chester. And since you're feeling so damn helpful, we're gonna be needing a guide. Consider it a promotion. Dipshit.
Belmontville's a long way from the manor. We're on a clock here.
We've been hunting Debano for 3 months. What's another few hours?
Have it your way. But your father's gonna have your ass as an ashtray if we don't make that presentation.
You're retired. What's he gonna do? Fire you?
There's definitely some pacing issue with your cutscenes, though. I will say that, like, all of a sudden you're like in the super deep within a battle, then you win, and then suddenly cutscene. But sometimes that's good. Then sometimes it just cuts to loading screen.
Belmontville Mines, huh? Oh, we're gonna be walking blind into a damn maze.
And if our tick friend here is telling the truth, Debano's gonna be right in the middle of it.
I don't think I'm in a position to lie, do you?
That's the spirit, Chester. Now you lift those fancy illusions, and who knows? Maybe you'll make it out of this after all.
The glamour! Even I have my limitations, Mr. Gravener.
You want a limitation? How about walking around without a head?
Crawling with familiars. No question.
And where do you think you're going?
Judging by that tone of yours, sounds like I'm making sure Fancy Pants here doesn't make a run for it.
In broad daylight. That's why we need familiars. I'm starting to question your qualifications for this job.
Those ass-licking tick lovers should be shot on sight. What the hell? Maybe we can play with dynamite out here, too. Right, Jess? I'll make you a new waistcoat.
I don't believe my tailor would like that.
See? You're bonding already.
Eat me.
Okay, so this is where the second chapter starts. If you do multiplayer. So yeah, this is where I'll end this video. I think I should clarify what I was saying earlier. Sometimes you're like, okay, fighting, then you triumph, and then all
gathering won't find itself, you know? Move it.
then all of a sudden it's like it cuts to like either a loading screen or something like it's a bit too abrupt. It doesn't even like let you breathe a bit. This is a minor gripe though. Other than that, I think overall there are a lot of things to like with the combat. Variety of weapons, and maybe single player is a better experience until they fix the problems I mentioned about multiplayer. But generally, There's some parts that may not be not exactly that balanced with the Evil Eyes difficulty, but I can't really speak for the single player. During the multiplayer, the co-op, since you can play the whole game co-op, there's definitely some things that are a bit like, is this really fair? There's definitely some tough, long battles there. It's like just really waiting for your chance to like reduce the health of your enemies, and then you got enemies as well that like replenish and rejuvenate everyone. So it's definitely there's a balancing act involved at the same time. Like, I think some fights maybe take a little longer than it should, but maybe that's just us, or maybe we just sucked. I don't know. I think we did the best we could do. We'll see, or well, there's nothing to see. More of like depends on what people think about the rest of the video of this game series. But yeah, that is it for this prologue. I just wanted to capture it because I uploaded all my Twitch VODs on the archive channel, and it contains all the episodes of Evil West, which I streamed with Mr. Hardcore Mode. This one I didn't stream live, just recorded it offline, and I figured I would add it in the playlist before, so that the chapter 1 is still included within the series of videos that starts with this chapter, which is where we also started the multiplayer, and you're required to start in the second chapter or the second stage of the game before you can even play multiplayer. So yeah, that's a wrap for this one, and if you want to see more of the gameplay, you can just check the VODs that are going to come out after this is uploaded, or probably when someone sees this, it's already out, all of them. Yeah, or I guess I'm gonna plug it in as well. I do stream like 5 times a week on Twitch, twitch.tv/the game wanderer_. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Schedule is on my about page.